ton. I didn't put too much on it because this is going to be our first run to the dump. You know, start out light for the maiden voyage. We just got the brakes fixed yesterday, and tomorrow morning I'm going to be seeing if my brother's available to go down to the dump with me. Since the dump bit still isn't working, we're going to have to manually unload it. But I mean, pretty much I just took care of the pile here. That piece, I have a buddy who might want it, so we'll see. But got a couple big pieces on top so I can strap across. And maybe tomorrow, it's got post across the back to put a back on it. We'll see. Because I'm going to use wooden posts, they're not going to be metal like this one. But I want to take these metal posts, redo the sides on them. And then in between each post, I'm going to run a piece of wood up to the height of the back of the bed. So that way I can have these hold the first like 3 boards, and then my wood post will go from the bottom board all the way to the top board, all the way across. And I haven't really sat and looked at these, if they sit down in there. It looks like you have to loosen this bolt maybe to take it off. I don't know if the other ones might have bolts on the back or anything, how they secure, or it might just be by weight. Yeah, but it doesn't really move. Probably need a couple people to try to move that, but this is kind of where we're at now. Probably just gonna bump, well, can't see it from that side, bump my car over, my daily driver over. Then we'll take this back to the house for the night, and in the morning make a dump run with it. So that'll be the first time of actually taking it on the road outside of my little neighborhood. And we'll also be fueling her up, because I put like 7 or 8 gallons in here back when we were first working on it, which should be enough to get me to the dump, or excuse me, should be enough to get me to the gas station, because there's one just a couple miles down the road. And we'll go from there. But I figured start here. Next load will be hopefully most of this stuff. I know there's a couple things in there that I'll be keeping, just like, I don't even know where they are now. There were some rims or something my girlfriend was talking about to use as planters, or it might have just been the tire, maybe the one in the back there. But we'll see. So it'll be interesting. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. Hopefully we'll have my brother with me, and hopefully we're making a run to the dump. So real quick in here, we saw him yesterday when we were working on the dump truck, but we got our little froggy buddy down there. Say hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Good morning. It's the next morning here, and we're about to take this first load out to the dump. Before we go, I have some good news and some bad news. I'll start out with the bad, just because, why not? The bad news is that I mentioned yesterday seeing if my brother could come out with us, and mostly just have an extra set of hands because the dump bed wasn't working, and I figured it'd be nice. I don't have to do it all. However, he works this morning, he's not able to come. We'll see him run later on, it's no big deal. The second thing is, last night, I did a very sketchy job, you can't even see it from here, very sketchy job of wiring in that fuel kill switch. And that's just because I used the existing ground that we had when we had the, we were running off a jerry can in the truck. So we went ahead and, I just ran off of that, and it's a short wire and it didn't run where I wanted it to. Here, probably in the next day or so, I'll change that out. I was just doing that to do a quick and dirty answer so I can not have to hop out of the truck anytime I need to turn it off, so the pump doesn't drain out my battery. The other good thing is, last night when it was pitch dark so I didn't have my camera, after I wired in that fuel switch, I went ahead and figured I'd give the bed a shot again. And the only thing I had done since it wasn't working before was went through and sprayed WD-40 across the controller that runs the pump for the lift cylinder. And I just sprayed WD-40 in the cab because I knew it was seized up and I was trying to be cheap and not have to buy a new one. So I figured if I could free that up, then I just had to deal with the rebuild in the PTO, maybe the lift pump. Well, it works. So that freed up the control, it lifts up. I went ahead and sprayed it again, and I'm not gonna mess around with it too much before we get to the dump. not a big deal if we find out we're not full enough to get the bed all the way up. I'll still just manually unload this. But for now, I'm gonna run down to the other property because I left my GoPro windshield mount in the other car. All right, guys, so here we go. Oh, I'll flip my fuel pump. I think this is the biggest hill coming up that we have to deal with when driving this truck to and from the dump. As long as my brakes don't go to the floor, we're good. Oh, piece of cake. Okay. I'm just pulling over here real quick to check my load in the back one more time, so I'll be right back. Sorry about that, my camera died on me. And of course, when I get to the dump, there's no weight, so I didn't get a chance to swap out the battery. But that being said, she dumps awesome. So I'm stoked. What's up, guys? Let me turn this off right quick. So, you know how people on YouTube always say the most interesting stuff happens when the camera stops rolling? Well, I'm starting to understand that idea. So, since that last video, I went ahead, threw some stuff on the truck we'll show you later, loaded it up with another load for the dump, and I'm heading to the dump. I was coming down a big hill and I said, I think this is the biggest hill, so if we can get down this, maybe we're okay. First time, yeah, we got down it great. Second time around, whoo! Right on the back of my transmission started smoking, smoked me out of the cab. Had to pull over on the side of the road, shut the truck off, pop the battery out, and just let the smoke stop billowing. When it stopped, didn't see anything noticeably wrong, but I was worried to jack something up. So anyways, I hooked the battery back up, truck fires right up, and it drives away like nothing happened. So I don't know if maybe coming down that hill I wasn't fully in a gear and it was messing with my transmission, but it was definitely coming from the big disc on the back of the transmission. So, oh crap. Let's pop you guys off the window real quick. I don't know if it might be anything to do with the fact that I left that parking brake on. To the best of my knowledge, that parking brake does absolutely nothing. But maybe it does hold a little bit in the transmission and going down that hill was just what did us in. So that's what we're gonna hope for. So I'm gonna keep this camera rolling this time because y'all gonna experience it with me if that happens again. I believe I forgot to turn my fuel pump on. Yep, that 100% appears to be what happened there. Drop her in second gear, and we're just going to cruise right on out now. Okay, so we're giving you a slightly different view now. Whatever reason, when the camera was up here mounted, I guess the heat coming in through the windshield, you guys overheated and shut off. So, got to the salvage yard of the guy that I work with fairly often on cars. He had a 70s Chevy C45, I believe, sitting out there, and it had two mirrors. They're not chrome, they're just white, but identical to these. So I got the mirrors with part of the brackets because the bolts are a little rusted, and I mean, shoot, mine are too. So here in the soon future, we'll be doing that. Another thing, my parking brake now works. So now that I burn it up and thought I caught the truck on fire going down a hill, we now have a parking brake. So I guess what happened was, had it engaged since I didn't know any better, or I thought it was broken, wasn't paying attention, left it engaged, and suddenly it decided to unstick.